Hi, here we are at Hopsford Hall Fishery, just outside Coventry. I got here this morning about 7 o'clock. I just got set up, made myself a coffee. This is my swim for the day. I think it's swim number 2, maybe 3. Yep, you can see swim number 3. I haven't really done any marking out yet. I've just put one rod kind of over towards that green bush. And the right hand rod is just to sort of where those branches are just hanging down. We've just seen a fish there. Once I've had my coffee, might have a little mark up, see what features there are. I mean, where I am, I think it's pretty good, but just want to see if there's any gravel spots that I could fish to. I have fished that swim before over there. Got 25 pounder there, which was just off that island, just off the corner there, which was really nice. It's an absolutely lovely lake. You can see really peaceful, quiet, really tranquil. Yeah, so I'm hoping to catch some nice fish in here. There's fish up to 35 pound, I think. So I've had a 25. I've only fished here 3 times. Once, first time I blanked, which was the other side of the island. And like I say, the last time I fished over the other side of those sort of reeds, I was fishing out to the island and I caught 3 fish. So hopefully this is another successful trip. So the tactics I'm using today is I've got essential cell pop-up. This is obviously the bottom one. I've got pop-ups on one rod, and on the other rod I've got the sticky manila. Again, this is the bottom bait, but I've got a wafter on. So I've just made a bit of a mix up to spod out. So in that mix is both the sticky manila boilies, cell boilies. I've got some cell spod mix and pellets, and I've got the sticky manila liquid, which is really sticky. So yeah, I've just mixed all that in, and I've added in some corn and hemp. So once I've got my location sorted, I'm going to spod a bit of this out. It's not a particularly big mix, but I'm only doing 24 hours, so it should be enough. I'll put probably 4 or 5 spods out on each spot and then leave it. If I catch anything, I'll stick a few more out. If not, I'll leave it, maybe put some out later in the evening. Right, so I'm trying to mark up the distance and seeing where to fish around for my right hand rod. I'm hoping to go towards that tree. I just thought I'd film it because the last one went in the tree, and I thought it'd be, you see quite a lot of videos, people fishing where it's always perfect. I'm not one of them fishermen. Oh, that's a bit better though this time. So I think when I've been sort of moving it about, it feels pretty silty. Oh, there's a bit of gravel there. Oh, that's nice. Okay, let's see how deep that is there. 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot. I don't think it's coming up. I think it's blocked somewhere because the line's not taking. Okay, well. A bit of silt now, but that's promising. So I'm going to try and get that spot again, see how deep it is, and then if I can hit that gravel again, I'll mark it up and get the distance right for my rod. That could be my spot. Unfortunately, when I set this up, I didn't put the little ball on there, so it sometimes gets stuck in the 2 swivels. I should probably set it up again, but yeah, I haven't. A bit to the right this time, but let's see if we can find that gravel again though. No. Bit silty still, so I'll still check the depth there though. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's about 4 foot there, so I think I want to be a little bit more left. I know what'll happen now. This will go in the tree, but hopefully not. We'll see. A bit too far. Oh, there's gravel there though. I can feel that. Just come back a bit. There. I think that might be a good spot. Yeah, so 4 foot, just out there. That's not too. So from where I'm looking, I just want to aim to the overhanging branch. So I'm just going to clip this rod up, reel it in, measure the distance. So I've got my sticks already set up behind me here. So let's see how far it is then. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's call it 5. Okay, so I've marked up my rod, 5 wraps. I'm standing in the same place, and so I'm sort of aiming just to the very sort of in between where the overhanging branches are and that big tree in the background. That's what I'm sort of trying to aim to. That's it. Yeah, I didn't really feel the lead down. I'm not particularly good at that, to be fair. But that's the spot where we were going with the marker float, so I'm happy with that. Next is mark up the spod rod and get some spods out on that little spot there. Right, so I've done my rod, 5 wraps. I'm just going to fill up the spod now, or the spom. You can see here's the mix. Little bucket sort of strap off Timu. It's only a couple of quid. Didn't come with the bank sticks. I had to buy them, but just stops you bending down quite as far to do the spod. And as I'm getting a bit older, I thought that would help a bit. It's not too bad. Right, so let's see how we get on with this spod then. Let's say, so I'm just aiming in between the sort of 2 trees. Ah, fucking hell. So, I don't know, you wouldn't have heard that, but it just touched the floor, the spom, before I was about to cast out. So I'm pretty sure when I turn round, there's going to be a load of bait on the floor behind me somewhere. There we go. So, perfect. That should attract all the wildlife, just what I want. I'll try that again. Take 2 in a sec. Right, this time I've probably had a little bit shorter off the end of the rod, so hopefully this should have a bit more success. Yeah, perfect. Right, I'm going to get a few more of these. That's just started to drizzle a bit, which typical summer's day. What's the date today? I think it's the 8th of August, is it? Yep, 8th of August. This is what the weather looks like today. It's not too cold, it's mild enough, so hopefully it should still catch. A bit of rain shouldn't do us any harm. Okay, this is the other spot where I'm trying to spod to. So I'm just 6 rods out. This is. So I think that's going to be the last one for a bit now. Both spots are done, both rods are out, the rain's coming in. I think that's a good time to sit and have a coffee. Try and cast this one again. Typical British summer. And we're in the tree. Alright, luckily got it out the tree. Quick look at the hook and the bait, check it's alright. Yep. Right, try again. Better. Probably a little bit to the right, but that's not too bad. When I was out there with the marker float, it was quite gravelly all around that little spot, so I'm happy with that. Right, so I decided it was time to move swims, basically. It just wasn't happening now for swim. Just nothing, other than that one little run, and I think that was a little fish. So I've moved down from 3 to 5, only a couple of swims down, but I've fished this one before, and there were fish showing, so I was stood at my swim looking down to where we are now, and there were fish here moving about. The first fish I've seen all day splashed out just behind me, so I thought, right, bit of a mission. What made it even worse was my wife texted me telling me, why have you left your burgers at home? So the prospect of having rolls for dinner, luckily I've got a very nice wife and she's drove down and dropped the burgers off, so they're now cooking. You can probably hear them sizzling away in the background. Yeah, so this is the new swim. I've got one up there in the corner. So I've fished there before, caught a decent fish from that spot. And the other one I'm just casting to where I saw fish showing earlier. So there's a few, I've just seen one now actually. Not where my rod is, obviously. But yes, I'm just casting that out to, if I see a fish, I'm just putting it to that. So hopefully I'll get something. At least we've got dinner as well, so it's a bit of a win. Well, it's morning. Didn't get anything through the night, which is disappointing. I did have I had a run. It wasn't a screamer, not by any stretch of the imagination, but I had something. But weirdly enough, the swinger had somehow wrapped around the line as well. I have no idea how. I clipped it on as normal. So when I struck, I couldn't reel in because it was wrapped around the line, so I had to slacken it off, try and undo it. And by the time I'd done that, whatever was on the end had come off. So, but yeah, so lovely morning. But I'm just going through the laborious task now of packing up, which is always fun. So anyway, I've got to pack up, go back to the car, then I've got work. So Cool, I know.